Angry guy here, and women are selling their bodies to pay rent. Guys, if you're enjoying this content, please help get this channel to 100,000 subscribers on our journey to 2 million by subscribing to the channel if you already haven't, liking the video, and turning on notifications to never miss another video ever again. Now let's begin. So, women are selling their bodies to pay rent. Let's go ahead and jump into this article. It's pretty unbelievable, but cost of living crises is pushing more women into adult work and unable to refuse bad clients. So more women are turning to selling their bodies for the first time, while others who have managed to leave it behind are having to return in order to pay their bills. Outreach workers have told Sky News. The cost of living crisis is pushing more women into selling their bodies and leaving them unable to say no to bad and exploitative clients. Outreach workers have told Sky News. With inflation at a record high, and wages failing to keep up with spiraling prices and energy bills, the number of calls to the English Collective of Prostitutes has increased by a third this summer. Based in North London, with a national helpline and hubs throughout several major cities, the network advises women in all lines of adult work on how to keep themselves safe and stay within the law where possible. Spokeswoman Nikki Adams, who has helped thousands of women over 30 years, said the cost of living crisis is now pushing women into adult work in various ways, selling their bodies, whether that's on the street, in premises, or online. Across the board, what we're seeing is people coming to that work from a place of desperation. So despite all of the feminism and everything, women are still turning to men to subsidize their living. It's crazy, guys. No matter what has happened, despite all their progress, their college degrees and everything else, they still need men to subsidize their living. The simp economy is all about using men to subsidize their living. Selling their bodies, it's all about using men to subsidize their living. So the fact that they don't have husbands, the government is not providing enough for them to survive. So in the end, it all comes right back to women turning to men to survive. So that means they are much less able to protect themselves from bad guys and exploitation. And it also means that the conditions of women who are selling their bodies are deteriorating to a point where they are putting women's lives in peril. One woman Miss Adams works with in Preston is a single mother of four. Of course, it's the single moms, having lost hundreds of pounds in the switch over from the government's old benefit system to universal credit. She was left without a job and unable to pay her bills, so public assistance wasn't enough for her. She started doing a couple of evenings a week on the streets. This is in England. Just enough to pay each bill, Miss Adams said. Guys, this is in a first world country. First world country. She didn't have any capacity to work inside, even though it would have been much safer and she would have preferred to. Although she says the money has been a lifesaver, she's terrified her bad partner will find out and use it against her with social services. Increases in women selling their bodies for survival. Nikki McNeil is a woman support worker for Beyond the Streets, a Southampton and London-based charity that helps people find routes out of the evening delight industry. That's what Miami likes to call them, the evening delights. She says she and her colleagues have also seen a rise in calls and in women selling survival intimacy, survival love. We call it that because it's the only choice for these women. It's the only choice these women can make to survive. It's done to meet basic needs, to have enough money for food and rent. They're selling their bodies for food and rent, guys. These women are selling their bodies for food and rent. She finally got housing, but has no fridge or the money to get one. So she's using a bag out the window to cool food. Bro, it's hard out there. It's hard out there. I'm telling y'all, as men, why do we even like seriously? It's better off to go get yourself a man these days. I mean, like seriously, seriously, y'all. It's like, why do we even go and get women? Like, men need to just start like, deciding if they want to do this thing. Like, if you have a good friend and y'all making good money, and you're about like your passion and working together to build something, like seriously, there's a lot of tax benefits. Like, you can trust your buddy. If you know your buddy, and you know your buddy has your back. It's not about you guys wanting to, get into the sack together, but it's beginning to make more and more sense for heterosexual men to get married and to form a family unit. That way you can have children together, raise those children together. Those are your children. And men, again, men can work together. Like, it makes a lot more sense. Like, you and your buddy have some children together, and you know that you're going to have a partner that's going to love those kids, and no matter what's going to happen, you're going to want the best for your children. It makes a lot more sense to raise your children with another man. It really, really does. Right now what's happening is they're developing the technology so that, you know, they can take they can take skin cells from men, and they can turn those skin cells into sperm cells as well as egg cells. So basically, and this is not theory, it's fact, you can take a skin cell from one guy, turn those into egg cells, take skin cells from another guy, turn those into sperm cells, combine those cells, and you can have a baby that way, a boy or a girl. And because it's coming from two different people, there won't be any genetic issues. It'll have proper genetic diversification. So this is really very much the future. And of course, women are not going to like this. And the artificial womb, the key to the solution to the artificial womb is more so about, finding a way to basically create a biological bag, essentially, that the baby can gestate in. It's less about trying to like have this tank where the baby will be in, and more about kind of like creating the environment where you don't actually need the female, but you still have like a biological sac that the baby can gestate in and grow in safely. And I think that's really where we're going. And once we figure that out, what are women going to do? Because the baby is being born in a in a in an artificial womb. Men are just going to say no, we don't want to have anything to do with y'all. Especially with girl bots coming out, or AI. Men are more than happy with this, more than happy with AI, and having, you know AI girlfriends, Blade Runner style, not having to waste that kind of money. Even if you have her on a license or a subscription plan, it's much better than having to deal with these modern day women. 19.99 a month, bro. 19.99 a month. It will save lives. Okay. So, and because of past history of DV and coercion, she's now selling her body so she can have enough money for when she has the children. According to research done by the charity National Ugly Mugs, uh, women who sell their bodies are 10 times safer working indoors than on the streets. Did I not say that? That they will always return to the streets? It's from the streets that they came, and it is to the streets that they shall return. You know, you can take the girl out of the streets, but you cannot take the streets out of the girl. I told y'all about that. Okay. But while selling themselves inside a premise is legal in England and Wales, working with others makes it a crime, and being part of an agency also carries other risk. According to Ms. Adams, the current crisis means that, as well as those turning to selling themselves for the first time, people who have managed to get out of it are having to return. And of course, they're going to blame men for this. And guess what? Boo hoo hoo. Guys, if you're enjoying this content, help get this channel to 100,000 subscribers in our journey to 2 million by subscribing to the channel if you already haven't, liking the video, and turning on notifications to never miss another video ever again. Women are selling their bodies to pay rent. What do you guys think regarding this? I want to know your thoughts. So let's talk about it in the comments. Like the video if you like it. Don't forget to subscribe. And if you like the video, share the video. And just remember that all roads lead to MWA, men walking away, and cheers.